What's up, bringers? This is your second Java tutorial with me, Travis, from mybringback.com. And what we're doing today is we're just going to talk through some variables, just get you familiar with variables, what they do, what they are, how you assign them, and which variables you use. It's kind of just a quick overview of that. We aren't going to really explain what the public static void or the public class is, or even the system out. Yet. We'll get to it. I just want you guys to kind of get familiar with seeing that before I actually explain what it does. And again, if you didn't get to work in the last tutorial, you might want to use these, I don't know if you include these little brackets there or not, but make sure this variable has the brackets on the end. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into our main or basically our function here, or method, the main method, and within here we're going to establish some variables. And what variables are is basically you're assigning something to a variable word, and then whenever you use that variable word, it will bring up whatever you're assigning. It's kind of hard to explain it, but we're just going to get into it, and it's pretty easy. The first one I want you guys to know is int. Int is basically anytime you use a number, it's an integer. So it's not going to be, there's no decimals, it's just like whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And to set up your int variable, you just first type in what kind of variable you want to have. Since we're creating an integer, we're going to type int and then space and then whatever you want to label this variable as that you can remember. I'm going to say fav number. Or fav num, and then you just put a semicolon at the end. Pretty much every statement you're gonna have to put that semicolon at the end. And then the next variable we're gonna do is like words. When you're using words, that's called a string. Basically, every time you use words as a variable, you want to label as string. So we're assigning what kind of variable we want. It's a string variable, and what are we gonna call this? We're just going to call it words. And again, the semicolon. Now, this really doesn't do anything yet. They aren't assigned to anything. We just basically set up what we want our variable name to be and what kind of variable it actually is. To assign it, we're going to have to go down here and just type in fav num. And obviously this is going to be an integer as we established up here. So we're going to say fav num, or favorite number, is equal to whatever your favorite number is. I'm going to put 7. And the next line, we're going to want to establish what words are. Words, again, is a string, so it's going to be words that we're typing, but we need to establish what we want this value to be. So we're going to type words equal to, and anytime you define a string, you want to use quotations. So it's going to say, what is your favorite Sorry, for some reason I was thinking I spelled favorite wrong there for some reason. But what is your favorite number? That's or actually no, we're gonna say my favorite number is, and then we're gonna put a extra space after that, is, and hit a semicolon. Basically, this is what our string variable words is gonna be. So as you saw from last lesson, this is how we kind of just do a simple print onto wherever we're running this application. So right now, instead of having hello Travis like we did last tutorial, we're just going to delete this, and basically we're just going to put within these parentheses is words plus, and then fav num. And now what it's going to say is it's going to print out whatever our words variable is, which says my favorite number is space, and then we're also going to add in favorite number after that, which is 7. So when we run this, also another way you can run is just hit this button up here and just hit OK. And as you can see down here, it says my favorite number is 7. Just like we predicted. But now let's say, basically you guys should know how this works, or at least have kind of a familiar grasp from the last tutorial. But let's say we want to add a period in there. We're just going to put a plus, and anything we want to define within this system out print that isn't a variable or isn't something else we've already defined, we want to put it in quotations and hit period. For example, you could do it this way, or you could just say, I mean, it wouldn't be very useful, but you could set up a period string and then label that period string as period and then type in the word period down here. But I just wanted to show you guys can mix it up using variables and also your own defined quotations within the system print. So we're going to hit again and just make sure it works. Yeah, we have that period at the end of the 7 now. Some other variables we're going to get into more as we go, but I just want to kind of show you a couple more, or maybe just one more depending on time. Another one is double, and this is we're going to label this again. This is whatever we want to label this double as, specific number. That's what that is going to be. And basically, like I said, an integer can only be whole numbers, but like a double, this specific num can be equal to something like 2.3456. Now we can put in our specific number. I'm sorry, kind of lost focus there, trying to figure out what was happening, but we're just going to put in plus a specific number, and now it's been referenced. So if we run this again, it's here's our sentence, and then we just have that double after. So if you need to use specific numbers, if you're like dividing, you probably want to use a double because you want these something after the actual period, so you can be more specific, just like we defined right there. Yeah, this is probably all the time I have. This is just a quick intro, just to get you guys familiar with variables, how you set them up, how you define what the variable is, and how you can use it in some sort of method like the print statement. So I hope you guys liked it. Again, this is just a quick intro. We'll go over some of this stuff later, but thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, thumbs up, check out mybringback.com, and I'll catch you guys later.